Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. It is Friday, late Friday afternoon as I'm doing this here in South Africa. We still don't have power where I am in the Western Cape, hoping for it to come back on very soon. If you hear a cry of joy as I'm doing this reading, you know that there is light again. Anyway, just in time for the next storm, which is apparently about to sweep through. But that is winter here in the Cape of Storms. So, not only my life, I'm going to do a kind of Neil Sean segue here. It's not just my life that is stormy at the moment, but also the Parkles' lives are somewhat stormy as the Sussex brand, the Sussex Star, crashes and burns. And it's now official that Spotify has ended their relationship with the Parkles, well, with Meghan, because Harry never had anything to do with them really, apart from that very awkward first encounter. It was all Meghan after that with archetypes. They have cancelled this due to low productivity, the burn, or because the show didn't hit targets, and obviously they had contractual targets that were not met, and gave Spotify an opt-out. I did a reading on it very recently. I could see that things weren't happy, but also I could see that Meghan was very confident that she could carry on somewhere else with her podcast Archetypes, and this is exactly what we are hearing, that she believes that it will be successful on another platform, even one hosted by Archewell itself. But as my reading yesterday showed, with the Nine of Cups and the somewhat indulgent energy in that reading of luxuriating and possibly drinking, that's all my speculation from tarot, of course. I don't know that the low productivity is going to improve, but what we really want to know as the Parkles brand crashes and burns, we've had the near catastrophic car crash. Now we have had the actual crash of the podcasts. What is going to happen to them financially? There have already been rumbles about financial woes. We read on this every now and then here at MadWorldTarot, and I'm sure everywhere else does too. But there is talk that they have lost the whole deal from Spotify. That's what the Daily Mail is saying, that the whole amount has been forfeited because of not meeting these contractual targets. That would be $20 million. Other people are saying they've probably lost about $10 million of the deal. Whatever the case, it's quite a hit financially. We know that Harry, of course, got that huge advance for Spare. We're not really sure how the sales figures are being fudged. The podcast, certainly the listening figures were fudged. And then, of course, she got that Gracie Award for Archetypes. So, Tarot of the Abyss on the tarot table. It's a good dark tarot because I think it's a dark and stormy night in the Parkle verse, as well as in my universe here at MadWorldTarot. So, Dark Tarot, Tarot of the Abyss. We're going to do a Celtic cross. We're going to look at the Parkle's finances right now. Taking a hit. We keep being assured from little puff pieces that Meghan could build. First of all, it was a $300 million brand with the TIG as an influencer. The meeting with Gwyneth Paltrow, the alleged meeting with Gwyneth Paltrow and what's her name? The other blonde. Cameron Diaz, gone blank. Then it went up to $600 million brand. I didn't bother to read on that. But we're still being assured that, of course, she's going to be a very successful influencer, from a duchess to an influencer. But we're going to look at their earning potential and see who's bringing home the bacon. At the moment, it's all Harry. He's the one with the Invictus docu for Netflix. He's the one with another volume of Spare allegedly knocking around. He's the one who's got the Chimpo deal. One more shuffle. She's got nothing. Movie roles that she's trying to manifest. But really quite an interesting moment in the story, I think. We are well into the third act, and let's remind you as I cut the cards and do the necessary that this is just tarot, of course, for entertainment, for fun, or just my opinion or speculation. I read on energy here, archetypal energy, even though we no longer have archetypes as a podcast to learn from. And disclaimer in the box below, please read it. Please form your own opinions about the Parkles and their finances and everything else that I read on here. And let's go. We have got... put the rest of the cards away. That's our underlying energy. The devil. Something very toxic going on here. Something very, actually quite dangerous. A difficult situation. The fallen angel is the devil, as it kind of shows here. Bound by his own sin and his wrongdoing. It's always got an energy of being stuck, the devil, because it usually shows chains and a couple that are chained to each other and to the devil, to their bad behavior, their toxicity, their addictions, their lies, all the bad things that the devil represents, their anger, their viciousness, their destructiveness. So there it kind of played out, because one of the sins that could be represented by the devil is, of course, laziness. Doesn't often show up as that, but just really wake up, start with the rosé, and then there's another day gone, and so on and so on and so on. So even though Megan herself portrayed herself in her brief period as a working royal as someone who was up with the sparrows and sending out do this, do that commands to the minions, the poor minions at Buckingham Palace, really, actually lazy. And you could see that from the way she didn't prepare for things, the word salady type speeches, the unkempt appearance. Compare her with Catherine, works very hard, Sophie, Princess Anne, all those very hard-working women in the royal family who always look immaculate, impeccable manners and behavior. They're always well briefed. They always give time to people. She's just really doesn't have what it takes to be successful. She did show up at Suits, but then she wasn't a main star in Suits, and we're going to look at that next, by the way, because Suits is streaming on Netflix USA tomorrow. Trooping the Colour Day. But there it is. There's the devil. And of course, the most significant thing about the devil, apart from the addictions, the drinking, the laziness, all the rest of it, that both of them are guilty of, according to rumours, and Harry himself has openly admitted this, is that they are chained to each other. As they go down, they drag each other down. But let's see, is anyone going to cut anyone loose from this situation? Where are we? We're Ace of Pentacles in their financial situation. This is needing a fresh start. Aces, of course, are new beginnings. Ace of Pentacles, they need a huge big cash injection from somewhere, and one that is solid, one that takes them on a long path, one that will last a lifetime, basically. Never mind that they've had those huge deals with Netflix and Spotify and Better Up and all the rest of it. They really need something big. This is not a card of consternation, I have to tell you. It tells me that they really believe their own PR missives that go out, that she's going to make a huge success as an influencer on Instagram or wherever she's going to put herself. Archie will, with her cooking wear, and I'm going to giggle. And whatever else. I won't say rude things about feet and footwear. But to think that they're on the road to abundance, the road to wealth still. How devastating has this Spotify cancellation been for them? We have got the Page of Wands in reverse. It's not a financial card, it's a PR card, the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is good news, is messaging, is sending out your little puff pieces to all the newspapers. It's in reverse. It's bad news. It's bad news for the brand. So that is damaging in terms of brand awareness and how people associate them. And people are speculating that this cancellation by Spotify could influence deals that are in the pipeline, and people say, "Ooh, I don't want to be associated with that brand. They've just been cancelled." For being very clearly for being lazy, low productivity, and not meeting targets. Doesn't bode well for future deals. So that is a concern. But this is not a reading that screams horror and penury, and we're going to be out and living under a bridge in a cardboard box anytime soon. Maybe they are so deluded so that they just don't see it. We're going to find out what's going on right now, because we're looking behind the scenes now. Is there a mad scramble on? We've got a mad scramble in the sense of 9 of Cups, very upset somebody. 9 of Cups in reverse. This is not what she expected. This is not how she thought her life was going to go. She is upset, and according to the energy of the card that I'm reading, she's drowning her sorrows. 9 of Cups is a very heavy drinking card. And that could be why there isn't a panic about the money. I think she really does believe her own PR. She's got Marcus around, and he's, of course, according to speculation, he's, of course, managed to build her up from lowly, how do I say this politely? I can't really. But from a girl who likes to wear her dock shoes, shall we say, staying on the foot theme here, to suits. I don't think Marcus had anything to do with that, but he certainly did help her to travel and see the world and rise up in the ranks and meet a prince, allegedly, and not only meet him, but marry him. So it can't be very hard for Marcus and the rest of the cohorts, the support system that I saw in the reading yesterday, to man the pumps again and, bail the sinking ship out and get her back afloat. I'm mixing lots of metaphors, but never mind. So there isn't a panic here. There is upset because she really fancied herself as this podcast hoster, and I think it was leading towards an Oprah-style gig as a talk show host. That was when I last read on this, quite recently. That's the direction that I saw this going in, or that she was hoping it was going to go in. She still seems to believe she can make this thing happen on her own platform. But let's see what the focus is right now. Focus is 3 of Pentacles. Okay, that's the team. Get the team in, get the troops together. Get your notebooks out, sit around the table and start doing little ideas and spidergrams and things about, this is the network, I can do this, I can phone so and so. She's not out of resources just yet. She thinks. This is very much Megan's energy that's coming through, by the way. It was her deal that was cancelled. Harry, as I said at the beginning, has all these other deals still going. She thinks that she can get her support group together. They'll rally around. They'll phone friends. The network will all jump to it and find something new for her to do. She really believes this. 3 of Pentacles is collaborating, is teamwork, is getting your friends together to work on something together. Recent past, what's been going on with finances. We got the High Priestess. It's in reverse. Some of the things to do with women-related stuff not really working, and also the High Priestess for me is an influencer vibe. I have to say, not working, failing at that. And she noticeably didn't show up at that Gracie Award thing, where a lot of very successful people were going to be, and she didn't obviously feel that she could stand next to them and compare. She obviously knew that this deal was going south at that point, so couldn't show up. And I get that as the High Priestess in reverse, that at some level she's been embarrassed and humiliated as an influencer targeting women. I mean, that's been where she's focused herself with Gloria Steinem and with all this dish soap nonsense from when she was a child and all of that. She's women's lib, but from the 1970s style women's lib. No one cares. Everyone's empowered. Everyone can do their own thing. She's the one who's actually the love interest, trying to choose my words because you never know what the machine's going to do. But the one that takes her clothes off in suits, shall we put it like that? And not only in suits, but also on the high seas, allegedly. Anyway, enough of that. Having a bit of a rant. 3 days of darkness can do that to a person. What's next for the Parkles and their finances? Although, as I say, it's looking more and more like Meghan and her finances. What are they going to cook up for her? Queen of Pentacles. Something is going to happen. Some deal. She's got some deal. Or it could be the Tig thing that happens here. That she goes back to her roots. As this earth mothery kind of, I won't say Gwyneth Paltrow as an earth mother, but you know what I mean. Here's a candle, here's a soap, get this massage, play that well music, and everything will be lovely. That's very Queen of Pentacles. She's going to present herself as a mother, an influencer mother. That's the Queen of Pentacles. Brace yourselves for the merchandise that's going to be coming your way with that sort of coronetti thing on it. Bath mats, what else? We could have, as I say, soaps, slippers, bathrobes, all with that embroidered thing, Duchess range of something. Let's see, earning power. Let's move on from there. Earning power. So she really still believes her own potential as this vast money maker. Let's just make sure you got that in case you didn't. But earning potential. We'll start with has been. He's the one still with all the deals. What's his earning potential? Ace of Wands. He's still got stuff that he can conjure up with the Ace of Wands. He's still in the big league with that. He's still got passion projects. He's still got places to go, people to inspire. We saw him giving that speech at the Warrior Games. It offended a whole lot of people. But there he was lecturing American troops as a British royal, and as people pointed out, wars were fought over that. But he's still got the Invictus Games. I think this is the Invictus Games. He's still got that, and obviously there's money in it for him. They pay for him to fly around and do stuff. The Netflix deal still there. He's still the chimpo. He's still got that. He's still got stuff. He's still got volume 2 of Spare. So he's not down and out, and of course all else fails can always run home to Daddy, and Daddy will no doubt find something for him to do. Did a reading on that yesterday, yeah, with Travelist. So he's got stuff, he's got his passion projects, and so all is not lost for him. How about Meghan and her true earning potential? Not what she believes, her true earning potential. 5 of Wands. There is trouble here. There is trouble in paradise with the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is very competitive, so she's still out there, but she's going to find that she has got competition in this realm, in this Queen of Pentacles realm. And we've got people like Jessica Alba, what's her face, that has that silly cooking channel, married to what's his face, that married the other Jennifer. She's out there. She's quite smart at the way she brands herself, making money. The other Jennifer, also Gwyneth, Cameron Diaz. It's quite a crowded little world, that influencer world, mummy influencer thing, and especially difficult when you have invisible children. And certain rumors that float around you. But so that's the competition, that she has her work cut out, and she is going to have to work hard at this. The 5 of Wands is actually a card of work. I always read it as a card of fighting, but it's actually honing your skills through combat. If you find yourself in a very competitive situation, whether it's sport or work or creativity or anything like that, just your life, you will have to work harder. If you want to succeed, you have to work harder. You can trade on your friends to a certain extent, and there they are on the 3 of Pentacles. But at some stage, you yourself have to shape up and get out there and do stuff. You can't just roll in at the very last minute and claim that you wrote the cookbook, or whatever else she's done. She has tended to just show up at the end of things and then take all the glory for herself. That is my opinion, of course. So hopes and fears for the Parkles. right now with their finances. What are they hoping? Are they worried about this? Yeah, they are worried about it. Page of Pentacles in reverse. They're worried about losing deals, other deals. But it's not a big worry. It's Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is contracts for me. It's negotiations. They're worried that other deals could be cancelled, or deals that they're still discussing more with the Page of Pentacles are going to disappear. People aren't going to be taking their calls, cancel meetings. Sorry, we've decided to go with someone else. You're not going to be the face of Dior after all. Ha ha ha. We're going to find someone 20 years younger and 1,000 times more influential and popular than you are. And so they are concerned about this. It's not a huge concern. I'm not seeing Tower. I'm not seeing Nine of Swords. I'm not seeing those kinds of cards at all here. I'm seeing confidence. It'll be fine. Outcome for them and their money situation. We got the King of Pentacles in reverse. Not going to be fine. Just saying. Ha. Because my lights still haven't come on. King of Pentacles in reverse. That is Harry. So Harry, he's got this Ace of Wands down here. And not only Harry, but it's them as a power couple, as sensible, as solid investors. You can back this pair because they're solid. No, you can't. They are not solid. They are on very rocky ground. They just don't realize it yet. We came up with this Ace of Pentacles at the beginning of this reading. I think it's been so easy for them to get deals so far because they were lined up long before they ever left, before they ever exited. Some people even speculating over, I think it's on Reddit, that they even bought the house or put in an offer for the house before they exited. There's that kind of thought around them as a couple, suspicion and speculation, that this was all handled ages ago. And so there is huge confidence that they can just start again, Ace of Pentacles, and more deals will land. A slight bit of concern over here, Page of Pentacles in reverse, that they might lose some of the deals that are being negotiated right now. But we see her in her influencer vibe. We see him with his Ace of Wands, that I'm a leader, I'm going to reform the press, I'm going to get a huge payout. I'm not saying this is actually going to happen. I'm saying that this is his potential and what he might believe is his potential even. Reform the press, get a huge payout in a court case, another one. That's his business model that he's busy with. But King of Pentacles in reverse ain't going to happen. That's ultimately, I haven't put a time frame on it. I just want to know what's going to happen with him with money. They're not going to be successful long term. They're not solid. They don't have the right ideas. They don't have the right influence. They don't have the right work rate to succeed. They both just like to show up. We saw it with Harry. Harry just showed up, took all the glory. He actually stole the idea from the Warrior Games. Well, lifted the idea. Stole is a bit harsh. He lifted the idea and repurposed it for himself and his own glory. Yes, it did help people, but he didn't come up with it himself. And this is the problem. Low productivity and don't hit their targets. Fire them. Fire them. My opinion. Of course, that's the reading. Thanks for watching. I'm going to get on with the suits one now.